Good afternoon, class 6. So, today we will start the topic eclipse from light. Okay. So, last day I hope you remember that we have done shadows, then how shadows are formed, penumbra, umbra, right? So, eclipses are the natural examples of shadows. Any idea about eclipses? I hope you know a little bit of it. I think I've learned in geography. What are eclipses? Now, you know that the earth moves around the sun and the moon, it revolves around the earth. Now, while this that means earth is moving around the sun and the moon is moving around the earth, while doing so, during their revolution, when sometimes the earth, the sun and the moon, they comes in a straight line, then shadow of one will fall on the other, forming the eclipses. Let's see the different diagrams and then you will be able to understand clearly how eclipses are formed. Just notice this. See this diagram. What is happening? The sun is there, okay? Earth is there and moon is there. Now, moon is revolving around the earth and earth is revolving around the sun. Now, while doing so, if at a time, if something happens like this, that the moon comes in between the earth and the sun. Just see the diagram. See the moon, it has come in between the sun and the earth. Now what will happen? The moon is an opaque object and sun is a luminous object. Sun can emit light of its own. So we have a source of light. We have an opaque object in the path of the light. Can shadow form? Yes, it can form. Where can it form? On the earth. Because it is also an opaque, it's acting like an opaque screen, isn't it? Earth is not transparent that it will allow light to pass through it, so shadow will form. So shadow of which object will form? Moon, because the moon is obstructing the light of coming from the sun. So the shadow of the moon falls on the earth. See, just like we have done the shadow diagrams, we consider two light rays coming from the top and two coming from bottom, because it's not possible to draw all the light rays. So let's draw two so that we can understand how the shadow is being formed. It's coming, how will I, so basically can the light rays which are coming like this, can it pass through the moon? No, because moon is an opaque object. So the light rays which are actually crossing, that means touching the boundary of the moon, see, they will be able to fall on the surface of earth. Otherwise, the remaining that they are, which are coming like this, they are obstructed by the moon. So they won't be allowed to pass. But this ray, can it pass? Yes, because it's not obstructed by the moon. It's touching the boundary of the moon. So it can now pass. Now notice this region, it's a region of complete darkness. That means the sun is completely blocked by the moon in this region. Okay, what is this region called? Umbra. The inner darkest region of the shadow is umbra. And what is this outer lesser dark region where some part of the light rays can reach? Penumbra. So this umbra region is actually known as the region of total eclipse, because in this part the sun is completely blocked. So region of total eclipse. Umbra is the region of total eclipse and penumbra is the region of partial eclipse, as partially light rays from the sun can reach it. Okay, that means sun is partially blocked, not completely blocked but partially in this region. So what do we call this type of eclipse? When the moon comes in between the sun and the earth and the shadow of the moon will fall on the earth, this type of eclipse is called the solar eclipse. And solar eclipse can occur on a new moon day. Okay. To Two types of solar eclipse we have learned. Total solar eclipse, this part, which is the umbra, and partial solar eclipse, which is the penumbra. See, here you have in the key points. Okay? Now, you don't have to learn this. Just learn. Don't have to learn this, but learn the solar eclipse, total solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse, and when do solar eclipse occurs. Practice this diagram. I'll tell you. I'll ask you one day to submit the diagrams. Okay, I'll ask you to do as classwork. Few diagrams I'll ask you to do, and then I will ask you to submit. I want to see how you are drawing. Now, whenever you are drawing, don't forget to give this arrow marks. This means the light is traveling like this in this direction from sun to earth. Light is traveling in this direction. So we are giving the arrow. Okay, don't forget to give it. So don't worry, I'll tell you one day to show this as a classwork. Okay. Now, next is, now see this. What about while revolution, Earth revolution around the sun and the moon is also say moving around the earth. Now while this revolution, if at certain point of time the earth comes in between the sun and the moon, then see you have a source of light, you have an opaque object which is obstructing the path of the light rays. So the shadow of earth will fall on the moon. Isn't it? Because earth is in between sun and the moon. So this type of eclipse is known as lunar eclipse. So just see, what is this part? Completely dark part. What is this part? Where no sunlight can reach. That means if no sunlight can reach the moon, then how can we see the moon? We won't be able to see the moon because moon reflects the light of the sun. It is not a luminous object, but it's a non-luminous object. The moon reflects the light of the sun. So if light from the sun is not reaching the moon, how can it reflect the light to us, and we cannot see the moon therefore? So umbra, see, this is umbra, total lunar eclipse. And can you see this parts of the phases? See these phases? The moon you can see partially. Some part is lighted, isn't it? That means in these phases, some part of the sunlight can reach the moon. What is this region called? When the moon lies in this region or this region, this is a penumbra region of the shadow. This is the umbra region of Earth's shadow and this is the penumbra region of Earth's shadow. So when the moon is in the penumbra region of the Earth's shadow, then we can see the moon partially. As soon as it enters the umbra region, it's completely dark and we cannot see. Again, when it leaves the umbra region and enters the penumbra region, again see, we can see parts of the moon. Okay? So this is the lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse. And when does lunar eclipse occur? Lunar eclipse occurs on a full moon day. Okay? Now if you have noticed that I have not taught you the pinhole camera from this chapter. So for this year you won't have the pinhole camera. So see, I have bracketed some portion, pinhole camera. This you don't have to study. But we can actually make a pinhole camera as project for class 6. Okay. If I give you such a project, I'll explain how to do that and you will find an interesting observations. Last year class 6 has done this as project. So that I'll let you know once the school reopens. But for theory, that is for your exam, you don't have to study pinhole camera. Okay, but the remaining you have to study. That means we have done everything. We have done sources of light, everything. Then propagation of light we have done. All these things we have done. Rectilinear propagation of light, rays and beams of light we have done. Pinhole camera, I said you don't have to study for your exam. We won't do this, okay? Then we have completed shadow. Everything we have completed. Umbra, penumbra, characteristics of shadow, this we have done. Shadows are formed by point source of light, extended source of light. All the things we have done. And today we have done eclipses. Right? So we have completed our chapter 6, light. So I will tell you when you will have to practice these diagrams. Practice these diagrams at home. Okay? Next week I'll tell you one day when I'll ask you few diagrams to give. So basically I'll do one thing. I'll draw the diagrams and then I'll send you. And then as a classwork you have to draw the diagrams and show to me. Okay?